Hi there, Pisces. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is my new channel. And so this is your new moon reading for June 10th, 2021. We're also having a solar eclipse on June 10th, and we're still in Mercury retrograde, and we're experiencing something called solar Neptune. So this is my time to tell you that I am not an astrologer nor an astronomer. And so for me, myself, I cannot advise you on what these things mean, but I did look it up, see what the other experts are saying about these energies all converging on us at once. And so they're saying that this is a time where we are prone to mental confusion. It's easy right now for somebody to deceive us. As always with Mercury retrograde, communications are sometimes disrupted. So this means electronic communication for sure, but it's also anything else like the spoken word. Excuse me. Oh, pardon me. Hope I didn't hurt your ears. Whew, that came up from nowhere. Anyway, so our communications are being disrupted. And that's in all ways. So be really, really cautious in how you communicate with other people, especially if you're, doing a project, signing an agreement, any of that stuff. You'll just want to be extra diligent and make sure that you've got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and clarify anything and everything. Clarify everything. So if you were thinking, whether on purpose or not, if you catch yourself being the person who's trying to deceive somebody else, just don't. Just don't do that. It's not in your best interest, nor in anyone else's, of course. And so if you do end up trying to deceive somebody, all that's going to do is make you look bad in their eyes. And we don't need that. You're trying to do an agreement. You're trying to maybe have a relationship with this person in some way. Be your most honest, especially now. Like all the time, but especially now. In general, the new moon and the eclipse both are a really good time for a fresh start, for starting something new. You will want to be questioning all your old belief systems, all your patterns, your behaviors, those kinds of things, because now is a good time to get rid of those and start with fresh. What serves you now rather than what used to serve you, right? So in that way, it's a great time now to stay open-minded, to be very patient with yourself, and to stay flexible. Okay, so that's the moon energy. So this is a general reading for your new moon of June 2021. And so as such, take what resonates for you and leave the rest. That will be for somebody else. Okay, let me have a look here and see what we've got. Okay, so we've got two here that are about looking after yourself. So Bethany says, when you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, a sea salt bath, or a pedicure, or something like that, a spa service. So obviously not all of you are going to be able to take advantage of a spa service today, or maybe not even this week. But do be nice to yourself. So make sure you're drinking enough water. It's kind of the number one basic thing when you are feeling a little fatigued, when you're feeling like you're kind of burning the candle at both ends. Make sure you're hydrated. I just can't stress that enough. Your angels are showing me that some of you at least definitely need to drink more water. And they say, no, that doesn't mean coffee. Okay, Pisces. So it means water. And even put a little bit of sea salt in your water. When they say a sea salt bath, put that in your drinking water too. Just a bit, not enough to taste it, but it makes your body really welcome it more. So, and then Teresa here says, you've been so busy taking care of everybody else that you've been neglecting yourself a little bit. So it's time for some self-care. Time to, to be alone. So that's what I'm seeing, is that there's always people clamoring at the door. It is really hard to get real rest or take an actual break when the people are just on the other side of the door and you can hear them banging on it, right? So completely remove yourself from the spot where all the other people are, or remove them from the area where you want to be, right? Whatever is within your power there, right? Time to be alone. So I'm seeing that you could use some of this time to just, zone out, have a healthy snack, a nice snack, something hydrating. So they're showing me fruit, watermelon, something really hydrating. You must be quite dehydrated. Something that will build you back up. And you could just read a book which is enjoyable to you just for the entertainment value. What a novel idea, right? You could also then spend a bit of time being introspective, seeing what's going on within you, how come you got to this point of lacking self-care? How come you got so that you're so tired, right? And coming up with ways to change that so that it stops happening. I'm being shown that this happens, on a fairly regular basis for you. And, that just doesn't serve you. It's time to change that up. You need to change something in your daily life so that this happens less or never, right? So whatever for you that happens to mean, do it. So I'm being shown that it's maybe a little at a time process. Some of you are going to be able to do that all in one go, change one or two things and it'll be good. Others are going to have to phase it in gradually. Either way, you must stay focused on that and actually do it. If you are neglecting yourself, how can you possibly look after everybody else? It just doesn't work. That's when you burn out, and that doesn't do anybody any good. Okay, so I'm also seeing that again, here's this water thing, right? That you've been feeling down a little bit. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. The part of the reason you're feeling down is because you haven't been looking after your own self, your own body, mind, soul, spirit, that kind of stuff. It's almost time though. So everything that you've been working towards, or the things you've been manifesting, the things you've been wanting, it's coming. Stay the course. Stay the course. You're good. Once you're rested, once you're hydrated, once you're properly fed, things are going to feel a lot more optimistic. Yes. So keep on top of that. That's good. So you have an upcoming connection. So soulmate relationship. I'm being shown that for some of you this is romance, for some of you it's not. Either way, it's a new connection with a person who really vibrates close to what you do. Someone who's part of your tribe. Someone who gets you. We've all had at least one person in our lifetime who has been like that for a while. And, our vibrations change as we grow. And so we don't always have that person forever. Some of us do. Anyway, there's a new person coming in who's going to be like that. And For some of you, you've met that person already. Some of you have not. It's all good. And it's just that absolute feeling of knowing that you're home when you're with that person, right? They understand almost everything that you say. There's the odd thing you have to expand upon, just because you are new to each other. But once you do expand upon it, they totally get it. Just they used a little bit different language, that's all. And so this is somebody who will be with you for a long, long time, perhaps forever. Perhaps forever. And like I said, some of you this is romance, some of you it's not. That's perfect. It's what you need. So whatever's coming to you is what you need, right? Yeah, and it feels so good. It's like your whole world gets brighter. And how can I describe this? So they show me pictures, and sometimes I hear things. Sometimes I get, a gut feeling or things like that. So then I have to translate it into the words that you can understand. Either way, it's a bit of excitement to find this person who is on such the same wavelength that you are, and what a beautiful feeling. And so there's that excitement, but there's also just being comfortable, and it's that all at the same time. And so I see you having very similar interests. There's a couple of things that the other person really is more excited about than you are, but you also like it. And so, it's an easy thing to go do those things together. And the opposite is also true, And so this person is just as interested in spending time with you as you are with spending time with them. So it's a really great, even relationship. There's a lot of balance here. Okay. So I'm being shown you stepping into your power, Pisces. You've been shrinking back a bit lately. So this is like in so many different scenarios. So for most of you, I'm seeing that this is actually a work situation. So a professional situation, right? Work or not, somehow it's a professional situation. And you're fully able to step into your power. So your angels want to reassure you that you know everything that you need to know. You're going to continue learning, because we all do, but you already know everything you need to step into this. You have those doubts. Some of them are pretty deep inside. Some of them they're close to the surface and you're aware of them, but there's just no need to have any doubts about this. You got this. There's probably little pieces of this that you maybe haven't quite done yet or something like that. They're just kind of going, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. Those things are by far a small part of it. And when you actually get in the situation and you're actually doing the things, you'll be able to decipher that, and you'll be able to either figure it out on your own easily, or there will be somebody there who already knows the answer. So it's all good. For some of you, this is not in a work situation. Some of you, I'm seeing it as a volunteer thing. Some of you, it's within your family, that there's suddenly somebody who's going, oh, they do know what they're talking about. I, was discounting them, didn't give them the respect they deserve, and now I'm seeing that I should. And so in that way, your stature kind of is rising. Now, stature is, sometimes a kind of a fake thing. It's just dependent upon other people's opinion of you. But there are times when that can give you that little boost so that you fully understand how powerful you are. All right, so I'm seeing that there's kind of the flip side to this. Use your power wisely. Using that power, it it can go to your head a little bit, right? If you didn't realize already how powerful you are, then sometimes the realization of it makes you kind of go off the deep end a little bit and really flaunt that power and really, change things for people just because you can. Please be really aware of that and be conscious of your effect upon the people around you. So if you do that thing for the sole purpose of showing off your power, that could really change somebody else's life for the poorer. And so then that becomes a responsibility of yours, to be aware of that and to refrain from just doing little power trip things. Use your power wisely. Use it to also empower other people instead of disempowering them, instead of wanting to squash them in interest of yourself being bigger. Be your own best example is what your angels want you to be. Be your own best example. Be very proud of, act in a way that you are always proud of yourself and your own actions, right? There will be times, when your actions lead to something for somebody else that you could not have foreseen. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about when you did this thing just to throw your power around and be the big guy and the big shot and whatever. Don't do that stuff. That is unbecoming. Okay, enough said. Rant over, they said. So right now, you have a magical moment. A magical moment. So right now is a big manifesting time for you. So be very deliberate in what you want. And write it down even. Be specific. Because what you're wishing for is manifesting very quickly. And so, if you're forgetting to be careful about what you're thinking about, then you're going to manifest whatever that is. If you're thinking about, downer things, negative things, well, that's what you're going to bring to you, right? So be cautious of what you're thinking and what you're feeling, because that's what you're drawing to you. And that turns it into a huge positive. That's a big manifestation thing. And so whatever you're wishing for, it is on its way. It is truly on its way. So what a fabulous time for you. That's awesome. Okay, so let's now take one card from the Daily Guidance deck, and we'll see what last thing your angels want to leave you with today. Assertiveness. Okay, so here is what they were trying to say here with the being powerful, but using your power for good. Some of this, you need to be assertive. Now, they want me to really emphasize the difference between being assertive or being aggressive. So, Pisces, for you, being aggressive doesn't really feel very, it's not a natural thing for you. So don't force that. Once you realize your power, you need to also understand that assertiveness is part of your power. So standing your ground, having firm boundaries, knowing when somebody else is trying to lead you astray, whether they're doing it on purpose or not is beside the point. Just to understand that there's somebody, trying to lead you down a different path that does not resonate for you, and to be assertive and to say, well, that might be right for you, but it's not right for me at this time. And stand your ground, right? Hold your boundaries, know what it is that's right for you, and know what it is that's not right for you. Your angels are always with you, are always beside you. And so just a quick little thought in your brain that angels, please help me be assertive. Please help me stand my ground. And then they're right there with you and they're helping you. Okay, that's fabulous. So I'm going to leave that there. I will ask you to hang around for another minute here, and let's use this time to send some love and some healing to the whole world. Excuse me. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too loud. So let's send love and healing. And let's send some compassion to the world. And some empathy. And so this is going to all the people and healing all the water and clearing the toxins from the earth. That's really beautiful. Thank you so much, Pisces. I appreciate you. I love you. And I'll talk to you again shortly.